Hello and good morning, brothers and sisters, outlaws of all ages. This is Brendan, the Naked Farmer, with your Bloom's Almanac Minute. This is Hermes, the wonderful guard dog of our lovely farm here. So today is Wednesday, the 22nd of February, and I've already been out tilling up my garden. I hope you are too. And if you're not, at least you're thinking about what you're going to be doing with your spring garden, because by planting our spring gardens and by planting gardens in general, we not only are able to eat better, we save money, and we increase our health by getting out and doing more activities in the garden. And by being in our beautiful surroundings, I can hear bees, and I don't know if you can hear, I'll try to be quiet. All the birds chirping in the distance. It's just beautiful out here right now. So it's an early spring. I hope everybody's getting out there and taking advantage of this and doing some mapping in your brain about where all your plants are going to be put. Depending on your space, you want to maximize the space. I like to do French intensive gardening, this planting as much things as close together as possible, and seeing what happens with that and going with it and experimenting. Um, Today is a good time to be getting ready, as I said, to think about where you're going to be planting the above ground crops, which can be planted out tomorrow. Today we're underneath the semi-barren sign of Aquarius, and because it's on a waxing moon, young waxing moon, it's not a good time to be out there planting today. But tomorrow we'll be underneath the sign of Pisces, and that is a good sign to be planting under. So it's a fruitful sign, fruitful water sign for those 2 days. So Thursday and Friday will be good days to be out there planting. So let's plant some spinach, collards, greens, kale, are delicious and chock full of vitamins and nutrients that will help you definitely in the long run by eating those either fresh or sauteing them. They make delicious meals with eggs or with salads or just fresh from the garden. Wow, I mean, really. So today's topic that I'd like to touch on is the seed saving, the importance of saving your own seed, because a lot of times, well, let's say nowadays, a lot of the seeds that you find out there are genetically modified. So this isn't very good for anybody. If you want to look this up, please research this. GMO, genetically modified organisms. They're taking the genes out of animals, plants, viruses, bacteria, and they're inserting that into the DNA, the genetic DNA of other types of plants, so that they can so you can get a good harvest after spraying Roundup all around your peas. That's wonderful. Yeah, I want Roundup in me and in my peas. That's great. No, that's actually not what I want. So I'm looking for all organic, fresh, natural, open pollinated heirloom seeds and plants. So that's what I'm doing. I go and source my seeds from organic sources, such as Wabash in Houston. That's where I go, and I love them. Thank them very much. And I'm also gone to Baker Creek Seeds, which is rareseeds.com. They're a great place, great source. So I buy all my seeds organic and uncoated with any chemicals or fungicides, because that just goes into your soil and kills all the things that should be working there harmoniously. And if you want to avoid different funguses or pests, well, there's natural ways to do that, and we'll get into all of that eventually. So just bear with me. Today we're going to be talking about saving your seeds, because that's what I have written down and part of my show. So we'll get into everything, but today is saving seeds and the distance required between varieties of the same type of plant in order to save your seeds. Like I have watermelons that I want Moon and Stars plus Black Diamonds and Jubilee, and small container ones and massive ones that I'd never be able to eat in one day. I'd like all of these varieties and see and to taste the differences. So I have to figure out how to plant those though. So I've done that. I've done some research. I have 2 books at least that, and the internet right here in front of me that I can access things. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Don't take all of my advice for gospel. Definitely do your own research. But some of the things that I have found are that, let's see, if you plant too close, this was from personal experience. My mom and dad, they did this when I was growing up in younger days. They planted cucumbers and cantaloupes very close together in our small backyard garden, and we ended up with cucalopes or whatever. They were not very good. So you might be lucky, but generally let's try to avoid the cross pollination of things to ensure our purity of our seeds, plus by to make sure that we have good food to eat. So Let's see. With beans, beans and peas are self-pollinating, so you can plant those relatively close together. Although to ensure your purity of your seeds, you want to leave about 50, no, to what does it say? 100 feet is recommended. But it also said that a cross is highly unlikely. So use that as a recommendation, see how it does. And the same thing with peas and with peas and peppers. Sorry, I didn't mean to say beans and peas, but with peas and peppers, you should leave them about 50 feet to ensure the purity. But depending on your space or your garden, you make the decision. Lettuce 20 feet, and heirloom tomatoes about 100 feet. So this is to ensure the purity of their seeds, though. So it says even 10 feet can be given, but you know I have 2 acres out here, so I'll try to give them more space than they might need exactly, and try to change them up. So let's see. There's some corn or something varieties of, or well, there are some vegetables which are rather difficult to save seeds from, like radishes and squash and corn. Um, these things need to be paid more attention to, like the let's say kale. No, no, I'm sorry. The chard, Swiss chard. Swiss chard can cross easily um, with each other. So we only want to plant one variety. Same thing with spinach. Spinach can cross very easily. It's wind pollinated. So we are told to only plant one variety if we want to save the seeds because it's wind pollinated and they can travel up to 5 miles. Corn Corn needs at least 200 to 1,000 feet, but depending on how you're doing it, if you are sending out the tassels early and the silks early, well, these can be planted with a later variety as long as they're not tasseling and silking at the same time, because each one of those tassels on the top is producing the pollen, but those silks, each one of those silks travels to its own kernel. I don't know if I probably said this the other day, so I'll leave it too much, but we want to make sure that those corns are pollinated. So um, and we want to give them enough distance so that they're not pollinating each other. So my golden bantam corn will be planted early, and we'll see about some later on varieties that can grow more during the summer. Squash will cross pollinate between their own varieties, but two different varieties, like there's Maximo, Pepo. There's 5 varieties, I think. So they will cross in their own variety, but they shouldn't cross too much when they're planted next to a different variety, although it does happen. So you want to look that up and make sure which types you're growing and which types you want to put those next to. Watermelons, like I started off talking about, they need 200 feet of space. So remember that. And a watermelon and cantaloupe aren't supposed to cross, but a squash will cross with a cucumber. Or a cucumber will cross with a type of squash. So look out for that. But these are all recommendations. So, and the fun thing about gardening is to find out what works for you and what works best for your seeds and your garden. The main thing is to have love and gratitude for all these things. Look up Masaru Emoto and the Messages from Water, and go get the book, The Secret Life of Plants. These are amazing books and videos and research that these people have done. Um, so go out there and think about your gardens today and gather all your seeds and tools needed. So let me show you what I've done today. Sorry, I have to wear some kind of underwear, don't I? I mean, otherwise they won't let me on YouTube, right? So this is me. This is Hermes down here. Let's see, I can't really. There he is, Hermes. Good boy. And this is my garden. Let's see over here. Well, this is gonna be for the flowers and different things. And that was a hole where we covered in where there were stumps. There's more stumps, and we have broccoli in the distance over here. I want to show everybody my beautiful broccoli. This is ryegrass. I'll be tilling it in. I've been tilling under a lot of ryegrass recently, so there is my beautiful broccoli. Hope everybody can see that. There's one of them, and there's another one. So this is sandy soil, but I mixed it with some compost that cousin Longhair gave me, which I'm very grateful for. And here I have radishes growing. There's a beautiful little red radish coming up. Hope everybody can see that one right there. I'm getting this computer dirty. Okay, so let's see. You can see where I've freshly tilled. There's more radishes in these rows. These rows for carrots and ryegrass, but the carrots are still very young. So I've done all this tilling today, all these middle rows you can see, and in the distance back there, let's try to go down there quickly. I know video is getting quite long, but whatever. You can skip forward and back as you like. Okay, so I'm gonna till that in later eventually. That's mustard greens that were just sown because I had the seeds. Back here I have the rows kind of done already, so hope everybody can see everything. And in the distance over here we have some blackberries. I'll show you those eventually. We'll do another show. I'm sure this is getting boring for everybody, but yeah, that's going to be the garden, and I'm glad to get it on video now and show you in a few months what it's going to look like. This place is going to be beautiful. I hope so anyway. I give them all love and gratitude. So there's my kale that I was talking about. It is absolutely delicious. I'm gonna pick some here soon after I get off this. There's my onions. There's more radishes with peas growing in the middle. So anyway, let me get off here. I'm gonna get out to do more gardening with my dog. So there's Hermes. Come on, Hermes. Come on, there he is. So there he is. All right, so this is it for me, the Naked Farmer. And I call myself the Naked Farmer. Well, people have called me the Naked Farmer because I love to farm naked. I get out here. I was doing my tilling and hoeing yesterday. Well, my hoeing yesterday naked. So if you see me, hey, that's how I was born. This is how you were born. It's natural. Get some sunlight on you. It's good. It's got vitamin D in it. If you're ashamed of your body, eat healthy, do exercise. We can all be happy and healthy and perfectly fit to be naked farmers and be happy and healthy out here doing everything. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this has been some kind of inspiration or useful knowledge. Please provide me with your comments. I'll try to make better videos. You know, I'm just starting out, so I'll try to be more informed and more informative and provide you with more educational knowledge to assist everybody in doing their farming out here. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I love you guys. See you soon, or we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.